COVID-19 is the most significant public health challenge our country's faced in more than a century. And the pandemic is not over. Here in the United States, we're approaching a critical phase. I know it's been a difficult year for Americans, but we are going to come through this on the other side. I'm also optimistic that we'll have a limited supply of one or more COVID vaccines available for distribution before the end of this year. But we're not quite there yet.
Unfortunately, we're seeing a distressing trend here in the United States with COVID-19 cases increasing in nearly 75% of the country. The past week, we've seen nearly 60,000 cases a day on average, as well as 700 deaths. And we're also seeing cases increase in really all parts of the country, in the Midwest particularly, likely in part because people are moving indoors with the arrival of cooler temperatures. I recognize that we are all getting tired of the impact that COVID-19 has had on our lives. We get tired of wearing masks, but it continues to be as important as it's ever been, and I would say it's more important than ever as we move into the fall season.
There is hope on the way in the form of safe and effective vaccines in a matter of weeks or months. But in the meantime, to bridge to that next phase, we have to take steps that can keep ourselves, our families, and our communities safe. Those are the 3 W's. Wash your hands, watch your distance, wear your face covering when you can't watch your distance, and avoid settings where you can't do those things.
The President of the United States has held numerous rallies around the country, many in the hottest of hotspots, and most with no social distancing and little mask wearing. The President also says we are rounding the corner. In simple English, sir, are we rounding the corner? And are these rallies a good idea?
Listen, our guidance is the same regardless of setting. Wash your hands, watch your distance, wear your face covering when you can't watch your distance, and avoid settings where you can't do those things. For anybody reconnected to school, reconnected to work, going back to worship, or reconnecting to healthcare, or engaging in the political and civic life of our country, our advice remains the same, which is wash your hands, watch your distance, wear face coverings when you can't watch your distance, and avoid settings where you aren't going to be able to do those things. That advice is the same regardless of any type of gathering.